All right, weather-wise, we do have a live look of some wintry weather that's just really widespread all across the region, from the hill country towards the Concho Valley here in San Angelo. Up farther north, that's where we're seeing a lot of sleet accumulation and almost mixing in with also a very light snow flurry accumulation across the region, which is why you can see all the white accumulating across the area. So temperature at 17, we have the winter storm warning still in effect through tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon. And look at why, right? Temperatures are just so cold. These are actual air temperatures. We'll take a look at wind chills in a little bit, but notice very cold air up farther north and even in San Angelo. 17, 15 in Odessa, 11 at Lubbock, 0 in parts of Kansas where that core of Arctic air is really situating itself right now. Factor in those winds, which by the way aren't exactly too every now and then occasionally gusting upwards of 25 to 30 miles per hour. But still, yeah, it's creating that wind chill factor. It feels like 7 in San Angelo, 11 below 0 in Amarillo, 6 in several parts of western Oklahoma. There are those occasional wind gusts, 20 to 30 miles per hour. Local temperatures, very cold. 14 at Big Lake, 21 at Junction, 16 over at Brady. About 5 degrees colder, a couple counties over towards Abilene. They're at 12 right now. San Angelo at 17 and 10. Wow, in Snyder. Okay, here's what you can expect tonight. It's just staying cold, but getting a little bit colder through tomorrow. Notice by 7 a.m. Sunday morning, we're looking at widespread single digits, I would say, for the I-20 corridor, Sweetwater, Big Spring, Abilene. Towards Eastland. I would say anywhere from 7 to 10 degrees is certainly possible in our far northern counties. And San Angelo expects probably lower to middle teens tomorrow morning, and then maybe a little bit better towards Junction at 18, but still that is very cold, very bitterly cold air when you factor in those winds even colder. Sunday to Monday, not much of a recovery. Matter of fact, we're not expected to get above freezing until Monday afternoon when we're forecasting a high of 34. So the next, I would say, 30 hours, still pretty cold, below freezing. And here are the wind chills. Here's tomorrow morning, anywhere from 5 to 10 below 0 along I-20. San Angelo, anywhere from 5 to 10 for the next couple of mornings for air temperatures and wind chills. All right, so here's radar and satellite. Here's the latest update. We're approaching, the 1:35, 1:30 hour, and notice that it's pretty widespread. Widely scattered areas of, you can call it sleet showers, snow flurries in some areas towards Midland and Odessa. Matter of fact, you can see it as at the latest frame right there along I-20 in our far northern region. Yeah, that's some snow flurries really coming together. We just have a ton of Pacific moisture moving in from the west, and that's leading to the fuel showers. When you have the cold air at the surface, it falls above and then down towards the surface, and that is leading to some of the accumulation that you're seeing outside on roads, bridges, overpasses, things like that. But yeah, so there's the wintry mix, right? So anything from sleet to maybe a snow flurry moving across Tom Green County and towards Abilene. There's Stanford. By the way, I would say anywhere from here to Lubbock, temperatures are below freezing, so the air at the surface is supporting that cold air in the vertical, and that is helping for some of these flurries and sleet areas to fall to the ground. Highway 277, a good amount of sleet and heavy amounts of it moving through, let's say, eastern portions of our area towards Dallas and Fort Worth, very similar. But anywhere from the Red River to the Panhandle, that's where you're seeing more widespread snow. Okay, so rain estimates, once this data starts to go, zooming in, you can kind of see where the heavier amounts are, right? So anywhere from a ½ an inch to an inch of accumulation is indicated by some of these blue pockets of between rain, sleet, and even some snowfall for some parts of the Concho Valley. This is very important because anything above a quarter to a ½ an inch of ice or sleet accumulation can be a problem on those roadways. So main takeaway for the next 24 hours, as temperatures stay below freezing through tomorrow morning, avoid any unnecessary travel. Notice out near Abilene, heavier pockets of precip accumulation. And that's not going to be the end of it. Through tonight and tomorrow morning, more widespread batch of freezing rain, sleet, and even a snow package moves across North Texas. And you saw in that last couple of frames, if we do see any additional snowfall for the Concho Valley, San Angelo, towards Abilene, it'll be in the overnight hours. And I would say by the late afternoon and evening, we're starting to clear out as we wrap up the weekend. And then by Monday morning, we are mostly clear. And what that's going to lead to is very cold overnights. Hard freezes are expected. If we see any additional significant icing, it's going to be across the hill country and then pointing into East Texas. That's where they're expecting very concerning ice amounts over the next 24 hours. A light dusting of snow, maybe I would say a quarter to a half an inch in our area. Higher amounts towards Snyder, Midland, Lubbock, where they're forecasting anywhere from 3 to 6 inches of snowfall through tomorrow afternoon. All right, here's your 7-day forecast. San Angelo, tomorrow's high 28. And after the moisture moves out, the concern shifts towards the overnight lows. 8 Monday morning, look at that, 18 early Tuesday. So hard freezes are in the forecast. And Wednesday morning, not much better, 20 degrees. Afternoons look a little bit better with a break in sunshine. Some rain chances and some colder air moves in by the latter half of the week, by Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. At the moment, nothing like what we're seeing now, but notice over the next few days, highs in the 20s and 12 Tuesday morning with the high of 44 in Abilene on Tuesday afternoon. And we're back in the 50s by the end of next week.